Now, to be really honest, I was a bit worried about the title, Lucas Unleashed. Unleashed, that's something that you might do to a dog. Unleashed is a word that might describe a terrible storm that comes through. Unleashed, it could suggest that this is a book that's a rant, and let's face it, no one wants to read a rant. Well, I hope that Lucas Unleashed is really more about grace unleashed, unfettered grace, because God's grace shows up in the most unusual places. He doesn't just work in special buildings on special days. I've discovered grace unleashed in a pub where a bunch of half-drunk men serenaded my wife and I during a karaoke evening. Grace was unleashed as I bumped into a superhero in an optician's when I met an evangelist in a London taxi. And grace is also unleashed not only in the epic moments of life, but in the very ordinary times too. As I watched a football match in Indonesia, as I spoke to some orphans in Ethiopia, as I met Hope, a young lady who was facing death at the age of 8 in Colorado. Grace is unleashed everywhere, sometimes in the moments of great darkness as well as in the early morning dawnings. I hope that as you read Lucas Unleashed, you'll bump into some grace too.